Hi guys, I'm feeling much better now and I'm just playing around. I don't need to have these glasses. But this is going to be dark anyway. Hopefully the light will stay on because again, I'm not on my place and I haven't been feeling well. So last week when I recorded it, and I hope that you guys watch it, I will put the link below of last week because I was one of the first people who reacted to not, not to not. Look at me, I'm thinking Eminem, I'm thinking not. No, what is it called? Tone deaf. Yes, last week I reacted to tone deaf, but I didn't show my face because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't looking good. So I just wanted to be presentable or something that you can look at least. I don't know, presentable. So yeah, that last week I wasn't up to it, and I just did not want to leave a weekend without recording or putting something up because I'm taking this seriously. And I'm taking this to another level too. I mean, right now, I am taking it slow, but later on in the summer, I have a lot of plans to upload videos since coronavirus is now more being under control. And I believe that by the summer, I will have my vaccine. So I'm going to go ahead and record some videos of some travels because I have to travel. I haven't traveled in a year. And yes, that's a first class or first world, whatever you want to call it, complaint because it is. I'm lucky that I haven't had the coronavirus. I'm lucky that I have a job. I'm lucky that I'm healthy. So I know there's a lot of people out there suffering, and coronavirus impacted them in the worst way. So I am grateful for what I have, but I also haven't been able to do some things, and I also have gone through some problems on my own, and I'm coming out of those problems now. I'm also hopefully in the summer then planning to see if I already have the shot, if I can travel and upload some videos of new places. I mean, this channel is about music, but it's more about Erica Shade. It's more about me. So no, I'm not going to be doing a blog because I'm not that type of person. I don't like to be constantly on camera. But when I go to interesting places, I do like to record. I think that in another life, I should have been a tourist guide. Well, look, it went dark. Anyhow, so I'm going to translate and react now to the trilogy, the beginning of the trilogy of Grandson. Now, Grandson is this, now I know for sure, and I corrected myself in the other video. I'll put the link of the other video as well. I'll put it up here in case you haven't seen it. Oops, my camera is shaking. Sorry about that. Well, the thing is that I recorded I recorded and I reacted and translated a video of this guy because he left it on my channel, a response to the Residente, who's one of the most renowned rappers of the Spanish language. Um, he says that Residente is not as great as Residente says that he is. And now, of course, you guys, this is all what rap is, I mean, it's always been about people, talking smack and throwing on other people and telling other people, hey, you're not as great as you think you are. But and there's been other rappers who's done that to Residente, but Residente has murdered those rappers. I mean, literally, verbally. I'm sorry, not literally metaphorically speaking. Well, verbally, he killed those guys. He just destroyed them with his lyrics because he's that great. He's that good. But this guy, I think that he's up there with Residente. Now, I have read the comments about him. I know a little bit more now. He apparently he had a record deal before, like Residente, but something happened to him that it just didn't pan out. It did for Residente. Residente became popular, extremely popular, extremely famous because the people that were rapping and were famous at that time, and you have to I can understand the whole story of it, okay? Rap and reggaeton started popping out and becoming taking their first walk in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic. I mean, one of these days, if they don't block me, I'm gonna try to react and translate a song from a merengue song from Wilfrido Vargas, and you guys can see that even back then, there was already those first hint, those first things, and I'm talking about in the 70s. I'm talking, sorry, the 80s, and of course, Biko for Puerto Rico. He was already jamming back in the late 80s, early 90s, and the 90s too. I mean, he still is. He's one of the best known. Now, the reason why this guy probably didn't become that popular because again, it was forming in the Caribbean. The Caribbean was the place that was accepting it. Mexico accepted it too, but it wasn't that accepted in Spain. And I don't know, because I mean, I haven't been to Spain in a while, and the music that comes from Spain had not been rap. So I know they got Knack now. I know and Knack's been around for a while. Nach, he's been around for a while. That I know, and I know that there are other rappers. That a friend of mine, I remember, he introduced me to them. Actually, a Dominican girl who grew up in Spain. She has a song too that I remember I listened to. So the point is that I think that the reason why the Spanish people, the Spanish rapper, it has not have not been as popular as accepted as the Caribbeans one is because the industry developed and was backed up here. For what I have heard, this guy, you could go to jail in Spain too for rapping about certain things. So in Spain, there's more rules against rap, against hip hop. There's more obstacles that they had to overcome. But if they would have not, it's Spain and the Spain radio and the Spanish audience, if the Spanish audience, the Spanish radio would have given them a backup, I'm pretty sure that those people, when it came to rap, the Spanish people would have eaten up the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans. And I know a lot of people that hear me are going to say, colonialismo, colonialism, you think that the Spain is better, you just, whatever. Uh, I don't think so. I know so. I mean, they're the original language. They have an institution that follows rules and grammars and regulation of the Spanish language. And the schools, the way they teach over there, they rely a lot in reading and memory. Now, I don't know how it is now in the 2020s, but I know that in the 80s and in the 90s, I mean, Spain, and I have seen it because of the students that I have met that come from Spain. Those kids and this guy also says it in one of his rap songs. Unfortunately, he does. He's like, if some of the people from your country would come to my country, to Spain, their graduation level will be eighth grade. Your high school is like an eighth grade level in Spain. La verdad. La verdad, you can. I mean, what can you do? And it's the same thing with England and the United States, like it is with China and the United States, like it is with Switzerland and Belgium and all those countries compared to the education here in the United States, and also in Latin American countries. Having said that, Residente is one of the guys that, and I know Biko and there's also, I can't remember the other guy, and I follow him. He doesn't allow any comments. ¿Cómo es que se llama? Oh my God, I'm having a mental block, which I always do. I can't remember the name of the other Puerto Rican guy. He's not as famous now, and he doesn't have that much money, but that guy, he's considered one of the old school, one of the best, and he still does it. But Vico is popular. I mean, Vico has, and I think he has money. I think he's doing okay. He's recognized in Puerto Rico as one of the best. Now, Residente, in my humble opinion, surpassed Vico. That's my opinion. Everybody has a right to their own opinion, and if people think that Vico is better, then my respect to you. I'm not gonna take anything from the guy because even Residente uh, pays him homage. But Residente, I mean, his vocabulary is uh, is big, is great, is huge. He has the vocabulary and he's able to rhyme consonants. And I also believe that it's more difficult than uh, than simply rhyming by the vowel. Grandson disagree. And grandson has either he Googles this stuff because I mean, one thing that I'm thinking is grandson said I mean, his education is great. I understand that going to into Spain and everything, being a Spanish guy. But he works as a construction worker, obrero, right? So, and he's Residente's age. So he hasn't been in school for a long while now. So for him to keep that in mind, to keep the in memory the parts of speech, and to be able to know unless you're a teacher or you're someone who's always working with literature, those things just like math, just like any other subject that you learn, unless you went to college and you specialize in that, if you don't use it, you lose it, so you tend to forget. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he remembers it back from high school. I don't know if he went to college. Maybe he went to university. I do know that say he works as a construction worker. He's obrero, so he's a handyman. He doesn't work in an office. Uh, so I don't know. But he does know his grammar. That's for sure. And I'm going to translate one of the first lesson it was the I started with the end. I did like Gabriel Garcia Marquez, but I'm not gonna do like Gabriel Garcia Marquez and then end with the last with the first one, which should be yeah, the last one being the first one. No. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to record it and record now the first one that he did. Well, anyway, the point is that grandson is the type of guy that he is telling Presidente facts. He's talking about grammar rules, okay? And he's right, but this is not a term paper. This is not a thesis. This is art. And when it comes to art, poetry, there's rules of grammars that you can break as long as it fits into the narrative, as long as it fit into the rhythm, as and also you got to understand in rap it says the delivery. So if it falls fine with the delivery, then yes, it can break grammatical rules, Spanish grammatical rules. But he talks these facts. That's what grandson does. And again, that doesn't take away from Residente. Like I said, Residente is more about the vocabulary. And that's the thing. And that he can rhyme multisyllable consonants, not just the vowels. Grandson says that the vowels is more difficult and that, you know, you'll listen and you'll see. Let's go.
Grupo algo que alguien estaba hablando de la rima consonante y de la sonante y critica el tema de Latinoamérica. La rima consonante, que es más fácil rimar consonantemente que asonantemente. Eso es falso. Y te lo dice un rapero que rima todo el tiempo. Falso.
Okay, so that's Residente, and I don't remember if I had this in my first video, but in this song that he's gonna sing, the first lesson, he's talking to Residente, answering back because Residente saw his video. He said it. He made a video. He has a video. He has a YouTube channel, and he's popular. He has followers. He has a lot of followers. Let's not take that away from him. And he still rhymes. Okay, a lot of people talk about I'm talking about grandson, about his voice, that his voice is not that good. I don't know, I like it. I like the voice. I don't know what people are talking about. Maybe the delivery is not as effective because he's trying to follow grammatical rules. You'll see now. But um he's this song that he's gonna dedicate to Residente, this song that he's roasting Residente with, is in response to what Residente just said. And Residente said right now that he saw someone saying that the consonant rhyming was not as difficult as the vowel, that the vowels were more difficult. And Residente says, you know what? That's not true. And I'm telling you, this is a rapper, somebody who writes every day. Because according to Residente, every day, él deletrea sobre todo lo que le rodea. I love that. I love Residente. But anyhow, It's true. And he does it with alcohol and without alcohol. Let's get that straight, okay? But I think my man should stop the drinking a little. But that's something besides the point.
Silence, silence, silence. Justificar a un dictador debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame, como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain.
I have no idea who this beat is, and it's stuck in my head, and I know this is he's making a remix, and I'm trying to think what song is that. I can't even tell if it's a song in Spanish or in English. But anyhow, he's saying right now you're justifying. Okay, I'm gonna wear my glasses because I gotta see. Okay, so he's saying, this is the chorus, by the way. Uh, when my alarm, wait, hold on, let me go back because he's saying that they're justifying a dictator. It must be something. It must be something for those that belong to the Hall of Fame. It must be something of the Hall of Fame. I don't know who's the Hall of Fame because I don't think Residente has been in the Hall of Fame, but been put into that Hall of Fame thing.
Debe ser cosa del Hall of Fame, como Kanye West con Donald Trump o Daddy Yankee apoyando a McCain.
Okay, so these are bars right now. So right here, even if you don't, if I mean, who is that they're justifying? Even if you don't know who they're justifying, a dictator, and that must be something about belonging to the Hall of Fame. He kills it with the bar that comes next when he compared that, that justifying a dictator, and that must be something to the people that belong in the Hall of Fame, because he doesn't get it, because we don't get it, because that is as strange as Kanye West with Donald Trump and Daddy Yankee when he was supporting McCain, which was odd at that time. I mean, McCain is a Republican, but okay, people say that it's odd, but I don't know why. The only thing it could be odd is because McCain we used to. I mean, he died already, but he belonged to the Republican Party. You guys are going to hear noises and everything in the dogs. Again, I'm not in my house, and I just hope you watch it. I just hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy my company. But anyhow, going back to this thing now. Uh, yeah, Kanye West with Donald Trump, that was extremely odd, that combo. Nobody was expecting it. And there's a basis for it, and there's a logic to it, because Kanye West at one time threw shade to George Bush. He said that Bush didn't care for us um, because of the Hurricane Katrina. And that's logical that people would think that. Now him mentioning Daddy Yankee with McCain, I don't know why he's saying that, even though I'm pretty sure and they know a lot. I mean, people from other country know a lot about the American politics, more than what we know about their politics. But this guy is finds that odd. I don't find it odd that Daddy Yankee did that. That Daddy Yankee's a Republican, because I'm an American and I live here, and I have met many Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Nicaraguenses, Hondurans, Haitians, who are Republicans. So it's not odd, you know. The Republican Party goes more for the rich people. So even if you're Latino, if you got money, and McCain was never anti-immigration. He wasn't an anti. Actually, his policies have been open, as far as I know. His political view, his policies have been open. I mean, he was even all for NATO. Yeah, if I don't, he was for NATO. So he's a person that's McCain was a person, and what he said about Obama too, which I can't, now that I can see it from the point of view of the other people, when he said that Obama was a good man and he wasn't a Muslim, that was wrong. Now I can see it from the racist point of view, saying that okay, being a Muslim is wrong. And it's not, as long as it's your own personal belief and you keep it in your house, baby. You can believe in any, oh, in the mosque, I don't care. Just don't impose your views on me. That's what I don't agree with.